Well, hello there. Welcome to my domain. Today we're going to be talking about how I will bot Club Penguin, a game that's been dead for like, it's been a while. I don't really know. But somebody remade it. So, might as well get the coins in while I can. Hi, Charlotte. Yes, hi. Well, come here. Or not. So, I'm going to be making a bot for, well, I was going to say every minigame, but some of them will probably be downright impossible. Some of them will be really easy, like Puffle Roundup. You just move your mouse and they run away from it. Really fucking easy. Then we got Aqua Grabber. I don't know how to play that game, so how am I going to be able to make a bot to do it? No, that one's just like not going to happen. And then you got the multiplayer games, which, well...
You look lonely. I can fix that.
So yes, this is what we're going to be doing. Let's get into it. Explosions. It's gonna be like an explosion transition. I don't know. What the fuck? Alright, so I filmed that like a week ago, and I have absolutely no idea what I said. But basically, I kind of maybe bit off a little bit more than I could chew. There's a lot of games in here that are like downright impossible. I did 5/7 mini games, and I think for the 5 I did pretty good, and for the other 2, the 5/7, like the 7, they're interesting to say the least. There's multiple games in Club Penguin which are like set levels. It's not like random or whatever. So like Astro Barrier, for example, this mini game where you got the arcade mini game where you got the ship and you gotta shoot the little things. Each of the levels is the exact same, no matter like through runs. So I would have to either make a macro to do all the levels, which isn't really coding. That's just a fucking macro. Or I would have to take each position, measure its speed, the position of each of the little things I need to shoot, measure its speed, and then use that to lead my shots, because it's not hit scan. But also I have to take into account that in some levels, if you shoot the things in the wrong position, then it blocks other ones and makes it just impossible to complete. So, yeah. And then for like thin ice, where you got the little guy and you gotta move him through the track, again, I would have to make a macro because I can't make a bot to reason like, oh, if I go on this square, it's gonna trap me and then I'm gonna lose the level. It's a lot. So I did these. Yeah, I'm happy with what I did. And then there's the multiplayer games like Card Jitsu. So yeah, this is what I've done, and then so we'll go into it. But before we get into that, I have a letter for Club Penguin. Dear Club Penguin Legacy, please change your URL. CP Legacy is not a good URL. I thought we learned this with Cyberpunk and COD points, but apparently not. Please. And now we go into the thing I was going to talk about. Alright, first up, we got Puffle Roundup. You know it. You love it. White text on white background. Brilliant. Well, that noise is awesome. So let's just start the bot so I can show it off. This will probably become pretty obvious what it does just by looking at it. This game mode is very simple and it was very easy to bot. Only problem is that sometimes so basically how this game mode works is certain colored puffles run away from your mouse at different times. Like if you notice, the blue one runs away when it's a lot closer than the gray one. This makes it a little bit difficult because if you go too far, then you get the blue ones, but the gray ones go out of the range. And if you go not far enough, then you get the gray ones, but the blue ones stay in the range, you know. But I've come up with this, and I think it's pretty good. Sometimes it misses puffles, but most of the time it's pretty good. Yeah, so if you put in, like, you want 2 games done, it would click the play again button and do it again. But yeah, so that's what it does, and I will explain it now. So you just call start, and then count is less than game number. This is one of the arguments you put into the script when you start it. And so count's just the number of games. Wow, this is really annoying. That's better. Alright, so count less than game number. So this just makes it so that you can complete as many games as you want. So it goes from the bottom left, like it says left middle, but yeah, whatever. And then it moves the mouse back and forth. So left, up, left, up, right, up, until it gets to the top of the pen fence area. And then it does the exact same thing on the right. And then it goes to the top, and it moves from right to middle and left to middle to make sure none are going to leave the top of the screen. So it just pushes them back down. And then it starts from the top left and goes down, right, up, right, down, right, up, right, and does that until it pushes them all into like the center area, right above the pen. And it does the exact same thing on the left. And then it goes to the top middle, and it goes right, down, left, down, right, down, and it pushes them down. But when you push them down, sometimes they go out. So after 3, so it goes left, down, that's 1, right, down, that's 2, left, down, that's 3. So after 3, it goes to the left and pushes them back into the center, and it goes to the right and pushes them back in the center, and continues. And it just does that until it goes all the way down and pushes them all into the pen. And that's basically all it does. It's really simple, and it's pretty effective. Again, the only thing that messes with it is the change in how the puffles function compared to the mouse. So the blue one and the white one are the only ones that really make problems for the bot. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy, and that's all it does. So yeah, time to move on. But before we get into that, I have a message for Club Penguin Legacy. Please stop making me change my username. You didn't like numero uno del. I was going to put numero uno del mundo, but it didn't fit, so I put numero... Did I say numero uno? It's numero uno del. I don't remember if I said... It was numero uno del. It's supposed to be numero uno del mundo. They didn't like that. They made me change it. I put number 1 Ashley, as in like... number 1 Ashley Simp from Resident Evil 4 remake. They didn't like that. And then I put seriously, SRSLY. And so far they haven't made me change it, but I'm waiting for the day. But yeah, stop making me change my goddamn username. I just said number 1 of, was it gonna be number 1 of the world, but I guess it's just number 1 of. Anyway, it's kind of a rant. Let's get to what I was actually gonna fucking talk about. Alright, so next up, I guess it's not next up, but now up, we have Pizzatron 3000. Pizza making game mode where you gotta make the pizzas. Yep, that's what it is. So basically, as you can see, the bot moves the mouse down and applies the sauce for however many times. And then it waits until it gets to the very end, and then it immediately adds all the toppings right at the very end. It's very simple. It's very effective, and this is probably the most lucrative game mode, just because like you get a lot of money in tips. Yeah. Sometimes the Flash player has frame drops, and it messes up with the sauce, and then it's a whole thing. But most of the time, it does pretty well. The closest I've got to being 40 pizzas is 39 and one mistake. Unfortunate. But I still made a fuck ton off that. So yeah, most lucrative game mode. It's pretty simple. I had to tweak with a bunch of numbers because like the more pizzas you do, the faster it goes. So I had to tweak a bunch of numbers. And I've decided on this set of numbers, which I will show you obviously when I show the code. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. And just like that, perfect game. I'm pretty surprised, honestly. Oh shit, it's going again. No, I don't want to go again. No, only okay. Yeah, perfect game. I'm pretty surprised, honestly. This is the first time I've had a perfect game using the bot. But as you can see, I made a shit ton. And that's why it's the most lucrative game mode. Yeah, I got 8,000 money. But yeah, I will now show off the code. I have to already get my daily advent calendar reward. What? But it's the 9th. Anyway. Alright, so obviously it starts it. Same thing, games less than game in number, whatever. This is just, it clicks on the play button because there's a play button on like Puffle Roundup. First up, it reads the order. This is using the OCR that I used in my last video with the coloring bot. You shouldn't watch that video. It wasn't that good. But basically, it is just an AI that knows how to read. Very simple. Unlike the last video, it can actually read this text because the font isn't all wonky. But yeah, so it reads the order, and then if cheese is not in the order, then it just keeps reading it until it finds the cheese. And if the breed count, so if it reads it 20 times, then it's like, oh, so I finished the game, and then it just clicks the play next button. So it takes an image of the part of the screen where it has the order in the top right, then it saves it, and then it reads it using the data, and then it takes the order data. So this right here, this is what I did to make it so that it actually works the longer you go on. So like it speeds up significantly the more pieces you do. So I just made it so that the further it goes, the less loops of moving the mouse up and down with the sauce it does. Basically, if it says pizza sauce, it clicks on the pizza sauce, and then if it says hot sauce, it clicks on the hot sauce. And then it just moves the mouse up and down this many times, applying the sauce. And then it when it finishes that, it waits until the pizza gets to the right side of the screen, and then it looks for the color of the pizza sauce or the hot sauce. And then once it finds the pizza, it adds the cheese, and then it sees how many of each topping it needs, and then it just adds those, and then it's done. That's it. Sometimes it had difficult reading squid, so I just had to add those, and it hasn't failed since. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, it's pretty effective, and it is very lucrative. And DaVinci Resolve, hi. Yeah, that's what it does. But before we get into that, I have a message for Club Penguin Legacy. Why did you give me Club Penguin debt? How am I gonna pay off the fucking Club Penguin debt? It's like 1,000 coins or 100,000 coins or something. I don't have that much. I'm just gonna be like working my ass off for the rest of my life trying to pay off this Club Penguin debt? What the hell? Yeah, actually though, if you alt tab out of your Puffle Roundup minigame, the timer keeps going and then goes into the negatives, meaning if you put a Puffle in the pen, it multiplies your time remaining by the amount of Puffles you have in the pen. So if you have like 6 Puffles in the pen, it multiplies it by the time, and if the time is negative, then it's like 6 times negative 1,000 seconds becomes negative 6,000 coins. That's it's a little lot of it just takes it away. Should probably fix that. I know you're not gonna see this, but there's a bug. Guys, there's a bug. You gotta fix it. It's ruining my experience. That's a little longer than I meant. Let's just get into it. Alright, so next up we got ice fishing. I'm actually pretty proud of this one. I like it quite a bit. Is also, all these are very simple. This one is also very simple. Basically all it does is it reads the pixel down the center, looking for the yellow of the fish, and if it finds it, it moves it back up, and then you got yourself a fish. I also made it so that if it sees the colors of the jellyfish or the shark, it does not, it sleeps for a second, that way the shark can leave. But yeah, sometimes it misses just because it has to read all the pixels, and so it could just not be reading that pixel at that time. But most of the time it gets it. Yeah. I forgot to unmute the game, so you're just gonna have to deal with no audio. I'm sorry. I'm tired. But yeah, I mean, I'll let this run for a bit. I won't make you watch all of it, and so I'll see you back when I'm talking about code. Unless you click off the video by then. In which case, sorry. Alright, so here we have the code. What? Basically, it clicks on the play button, like the other ones, and then it checks to see if, you know, because you can do multiple ones, blah, blah, blah. I've already explained this. So basically, this is all in one function. That's how simple it is. And then when it finishes that function, it continues doing all this stuff, which is just clicking on the different parts of the screen in order to go and play the level again. Very simple. So here we have the look for fish function. Basically, at the top of the screen, that's just where the mouse rests, because the line follows the mouse, and you don't want to rest down in the water because something might happen. And then so while it's looking, it just every 51 pixels it moves down the screen and reads the color of the pixel using, you know, this. I've used this frequently. And then if the color is, I believe this is the gray, and then these are all the colors of the jellyfish, it just sleeps for 1 second so it doesn't accidentally get hit by a jellyfish or a shark or something. Most of the time this is not a problem because the mouse moving is so fast that it can get the fish and move up before the jellyfish or shark or whatever is even able to move. Same with the crabs that clip the line. It just moves so fast that most of the time it's just not even a problem. But sometimes if they're on top of each other, it becomes a problem. So that's why I added that. And if the color is this fish, then this is the fish color. If it's that, then it moves it to where the fish is. It sleeps for 0.1 seconds. It moves it to the top, and then it clicks, and then it resets. Very simple. This is checking to see if the level is done, because it puts your penguin on the screen holding a fish. And so that's just the color of my penguin. Well, I was running the green penguin skin color, and then I changed it, so this no longer works. But we're just gonna ignore that. And then this is just if it's all the way down, it moves it back to the top. That's it. That's literally it. There's nothing else to it. It is so simple, but I like it quite a bit. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah. And before we get into this, I have my last message for Club Penguin Legacy. Please add Puffles. I'm waiting. I had a lot of Puffles back in the day, and I just can't get Puffles now because they're not implemented. Come on. Here's a drawing of me and my Puffle. And then insert a drawing of me and my Puffle. Why is my hair doing that? Can it stop doing that? I have this like weird lip on the back of my hair. It likes to stick up. I tried to fix it. Anyway, let's just fucking get into it.
So, you know we out here with the cart surfing. This one's really simple. It's also probably like 6 lines of code. Yeah. There's just not that much to this game. So I'll just let you watch it. It's all it is it's reading, looking for that sign that points which direction to turn. And then it turns in that direction, but it also does one of the tricks just so it gets more points, because otherwise it would get like 3 points and then you have like no coins. But yeah, so I just made it do this so it got more points than no points, you know. But yeah, this is literally it. This game mode is so invigorating, and it's done. Yeah, that's it. Time to go to the code! Alright, so it starts by clicking the play button. It does this. You know, you've seen this probably 1,000 times before. And then it just checks the left side, grabs the 1 pixel it's looking at, and if it's the yellow color or the black color, it's like, oh, I turn right, and then it presses down and then right, which is one of the tricks. You drift. So that way it just gets more points. And then if it's the gray color at the end of the game, it knows it's done, so it's just done. And then oh, this is like, so sometimes it messes up every once in a while, and so it just checks a lot, and then if it checks a lot and it doesn't find anything, then it presses space to get a new cart. Very simple. And then it does the exact same thing on the right side, and that's it. That's it. We're done. That's all it is. This is for like starting a new game, if you have multiple games. But yeah, that's it. That's it. We're done. Alright, it's time for the 5 out of 7. Which I actually lied to you because it's 4 out of 6. I'm stupid. I also changed my microphone just to fuck with you if you're wearing headphones. If you're wearing headphones, it should be coming out of both ears. Maybe. Or it's just not working. But basically, we're going to be talking about Dance Contest, the DDR clone in Club Penguin. Alright, I'm going to turn this off because I don't know if it's annoying or not. Alright, it should be back to normal. Yes, so Dance Contest. Dance off. This one was really complicated and it does not work very well. But basically, I'll tell you about it once it starts. Okay, so I had to do multi-processing for this. So 4 processes are currently running. One to read each arrow, looking for the color it's supposed to be. And then if it's that color, it clicks, it just clicks that, like, left arrow, right arrow, top arrow, bottom arrow, you know, the arrow keys. The thing about this is that while it looks like it's working great now, it's too slow to do any difficulty higher than easy. And I had to do multi-processing like this because a lot of the time there's arrows that come up at the same time or nearly the same time, and if it's just gonna miss those.
So I had to do this multiprocessing method. Which, shout out to ChatGPT for teaching me how to do that shit, because I had no fucking idea. That guy's pretty smart. But yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of cool, but it just doesn't work on higher difficulties. And I will show you what I mean. All right, we're gonna do hard difficulty, and you can see why it fucking sucks. Look, it did that well, but. Okay, it's kind of proving me wrong right now. What the fuck? It was not acting like this earlier. What the fuck? What the fuck? It was struggling before. What is happening? I'm so confused. What? Why is it working? It's working really good. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, actually, I'm actually the best coder alive, and I just knew it was gonna work like this, and that's why it works so well. What the fuck? Before it was going way too slow to hit all these, but apparently it decided that it's just gonna pick up the pace now. What the fuck is happening? Man, my bot's fucking amazing. Holy shit. Look at E go. Look at E. Look at him. The only problem is I forgot to make it so that it looks for the color of, like, so if you notice how when you're supposed to hold it down, the color of the arrow goes like, it's like a kind of grayed out version of it. I just forgot to add that, so it preemptively ends it. You're one of the best dancers I've ever seen. Fuck yeah. 441 coins? Damn. Wait, there's expert mode? Alright, let's see if my bot can do expert mode. Surely not, right? So far, this does not look very expert. The reason I couldn't keep it as just like, oh, if it's not gray, then click, is because it would, my brain just kind of shorted out there. Oh yeah, so if you notice, it kind of goes up in a puff of smoke. That puff of smoke would make it press the arrow key, and then it would miss it, like, if you notice that a lot of these arrows are very close together, so it would miss the next arrow. So I just had to make it so if it's the color, you know. But that also means that it won't hold down that button. Which, I mean, I guess it works just fine. I'm genuinely amazed that it's like working this well. I just didn't think it actually was good. But apparently I'm the best fucking coder alive. Combo lost? Go fuck yourself. I don't mean it. Yeah, I'm him. So yeah, that's the bot. Let's look at the code. Did I mute it? I don't know what just happened. Dance off, dance off, dance off. It is dance off, dance off. Okay, here it is. What? So basically, I made it so that where you would normally put in the number of games you want to complete, it instead chooses the difficulty. So 1 is easy, 2 is medium, 3 is hard. So it just clicks on easy, medium, or hard, depending on what difficulty you choose. And then these are just the colors it looks for, the arrow position, pixel it looks for, and then this is the multi-processing. So basically, it makes a list of processes. I don't completely understand this, but I'm going to try my best to explain it. Makes a list of processes, and then if it's the first process, then it is the left arrow and all the things related to the left arrow. And then it's the up arrow, down arrow, blah, blah, blah. And then it makes the process, and then adds the arguments, and then it starts the process. So, yeah. And then this is pretty simple. It just grabs the pixel it's looking at, takes its color, and then if it's not currently engaged, if it's not currently pressing that color, then it looks for the color and sees if it's color 2, or the color it's looking for, I mean. And then it presses the key it needs to press, and then it's enabled. And then as soon as it's not the color it's looking for, then it releases the key. That's all it does. It's pretty simple. It took me a while to get the multiprocessing because I've never done something like that before. But it's pretty simple, and apparently it's really effective. I didn't know that before this, but apparently it's fucking amazing, and I'm great. So I guess when I said it's 4 out of 6, it's more like I did 5 out of 6. 5/6, I mean. But yeah, time to go to the one that actually doesn't fucking work, which is fucking bean counters. So I tried to get it so that it would read the pixel color and find the bean that it was looking for, but it's just not fast enough to find it. And there's a whole thing where it's like there's anvils and fish, and so it's just not ready. I'm sure I could optimize it, but there's a whole thing where it's like the fucking fish flies at you and you have to move, but it doesn't know when the fish is. Basically, it's a whole mess, and I couldn't get it working in a good way. But, you know, you can see what I did. It's really fucking stupid what I did, but, you know, yeah, look at it. It's great for the first level. Yeah, so this is, I thought this was going to be a lot easier than it was. I was just like, oh, you're just reading the pixel, blah, 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 but, yeah, no, it turns out that's not the case, because it's just not fast enough. And then it's just going to hit literally every anvil possible once it gets to level 2. I mean, it's fast, but, oh, I missed that one. Yeah, and then I got hit. See, so that's the problem with it. 5/6, this is the /6. It kind of works, but not really. And it just kills itself. So, you know. What can you do? And that's the game. So, yeah. That's it. So, yeah. That's what I did. The only issue is that there's actually not enough items for me to buy to spend all my money. So maybe this was just a massive waste of time. Anyway, if you want to see me bot Discord, the fuck am I talking about? If you want to see me bot Duolingo so I could get the Diamond League, I'll probably put it like right here, and you could watch that video. I think it was pretty good. But yeah, that's all from me. So, you know, bye.